Yeah, man. It's your nigga Delvin. Yes, sir. You feel me? Uh, Shout out to everybody that's been fucking with me and that's keep fucking with me as this channel grows, as the content grows, as we all grow and we get better. Shout out to y'all for fucking with me because we make this shit happen together, dog. I try to make sure you niggas feel encompassed with what I'm doing, dog. I try to make sure you niggas feel a part of what I'm doing, dog. I make a lot of fucking content, bro. But I appreciate every like, comment, subscribe, everybody that fuck with me, right? Cause I do this shit for real. And my content it's so crazy how content works, right? 1 minute you hot on YouTube, 1 minute you hot on TikTok. It's really like that for me, bro. 1 minute shit buzzing for me on YouTube, next minute shit buzzing for me on TikTok, bro. Like the game is so real, bro. It's so fucking real. But nonetheless, we're gonna keep this shit going. I have some good topics for y'all tonight. Uh the game has been on a whole different level lately, dog. Um and tonight I'm gonna come to y'all before we even get into the topics. Like I always try to make sure we do different things on my channel, right? I usually talk hip hop, I usually talk movies, I talk black culture, right? That's the premise of my page, right? And sometimes I'm gonna intertwine some things in that within those topics. And one of those topics is the dating world, right? Man and female, attraction, things that's going on that make people want to be with one another. And tonight I have a very interesting topic of young Willow Smith, y'all. Yes, let's talk about this. This is my first topic of the night, Willow Smith. She says she's only 24 years old, the daughter of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, uh, rich young lady, and her question to society is, why do men not approach women anymore? Very interesting topic. And I think that's very interesting. Now I'm gonna ask the question, why do men not approach women anymore? Because, men still love women, but why do men not approach women anymore? That has to be a real thing. You feel me? Because let me add this up here. It has to be like a real thing. And I want to know, why do men not approach women anymore? Now, this is my opinion as an OG in the game, bro. I feel like men should approach women. Or I feel like men should approach women. And here's the thing, right? The reason I say that, right? Because rejection is like medicine for a man, bro. And I say that because once you are rejected and you are able to process that and internalize that, it's actually a good thing for you because you become not so attached to the feeling of being rejected, right? So let's say you go out talk to a girl, right? And she says, no, I don't want to, go on a date with you, right? If you internalize that the wrong way, you're going to be like, oh man, I'm ugly, I'm short, nobody likes me, right? And you may never approach another woman for 2 or 3 years. And this is some shit that usually happen. You won't approach another woman for 2 or 3 years. Hopefully, 2 or 3 years, another woman want to be with you, right? Or, and this is the way that you become successful at it. You talk to a girl, you holler at a chick, she says, no, I don't want to be with you. And you internalize that as, maybe she just got out of a bad relationship. Maybe she's not willing to be with somebody else. Maybe it's just not the right time for her. Once you can see that and not internalize it as, oh, somebody's trying to hurt me, that's when you win with women, right? As far as talking to women, if that's your problem with talking to women, being rejected is actually a good thing because you build up that muscle. It's just like going to the gym. The first time you go to the gym and you lift 100 pounds, it hurts your muscles because you're not used to lifting 100 pounds. But the second time you go to the gym, you lift 100 pounds, it starts to be okay. The third time you go to the gym and you lift 100 pounds, it don't hurt as much. By the fifth time you go to the gym and you lift 100 pounds, it starts to be nothing. Now you start to say to yourself, it's time to lift 120 pounds. That's how you gotta look at dating, right? The first time you go talk to a woman and she shoots you down and tell you, no, I don't want to go on a date with you. Don't internalize that as, I'm ugly, I'm short, I don't have money. Don't internalize. You have to think to yourself, maybe it's just not the right time for her. Maybe she didn't feel like talking to anybody. Maybe she just didn't want to be bothered. Once you start to take that attitude with it, you start to grow that muscle. And the next time you talk to another woman, she might be the one to tell you yes. That's the thing that you have to get to, bro. You have to get to the point where it's okay, if I don't get the girl the first time, let me talk to another. Let me talk to another. Let me talk to another. I'm a strong believer in the numbers game, bro. The more women you talk to, the better your chance off of getting the right woman, dog. I truly believe in the number game, right? And when I hear Willow Smith, she's only 24 years old, right? I hear her say stuff like, no man wants to approach her. This is something that's very common with women, right? It's very common with women. Women are not being approached. Now, here's where I have to take the fella side on it, right? Feminism has hurt women in so many ways. Feminism has made talking to women in person almost obsolete. Because if you go talk to a woman randomly at a grocery store, if she's been manipulated by feminism, she's gonna have such a bad reaction that you might not never want to talk to no other woman again. She might feel like, oh my God, why is he talking to me? She might give you such a nasty response that you don't want to talk to any other woman. And I understand that. That's why I don't really judge dudes when I be talking to the homeboys and I be like, well, why you don't talk to that girl? You like her and shit like that. And I understand that perspective to a certain extent of, man, in this era is different. You feel me? Like in my era, cause I'm a little bit older, I'm 37, right? In my era, going up and talking to a girl, it wasn't hard at all. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Especially in my younger days, it wasn't harder. But I understand through feminism and a lot of these women being indoctrinated with that bullshit that if you a man, you go up and you talk to a woman, whether it be at a party, whether it be at a club, whether it be at just a grocery store or at a restaurant, you go up to her and you be like, hey, how you doing? You look beautiful. I would like to take you out on a date. And then she said, no, you're a bad person. That shit can be very annoying and just like it'll take your concentration away. You feel me? So I get dudes on that part. You feel me? I do get people on that part where it's like these bitches are just different now. You feel me? Like it's not the same. You feel me? Like I used to talk to women, and if I'm talking about in the 2000s, I would talk to women, and if they didn't want to be with me or nothing like that, it's just be like, hey, not right now. It's cool. Nowadays, for these young dudes, if they talk to a woman that's 23, 24, and they go talk to a woman and be like, hey, I like to take you out on a date, she'd be like, no, you're an idiot, you're stupid, you're misogynistic, you're toxic masculinity. Those type of things can hurt the dating world for a lot of men. So I get that. That's the part I actually do like see the fellas and I be like, I get where you coming from, bro. I get where you're coming from, because if I had to deal with that type of shit, I wouldn't even know how to deal with it, right? If I'm 20, if I'm a 24-year-old male in 2025, I wouldn't know how to deal with that, right? It's just it's so inflated, and that's because feminism has ran so rapid in this new age that a lot of dudes are just feeling like, fuck it, I don't want to talk to any woman, right? And now you have a lot of these females that are feminists that are not, let me say this correctly while I'm on YouTube. That's not, hopefully y'all get what I'm saying when I do that. Hopefully I get what I'm saying. You have females that are feminists that's trying to recruit other women to be, and when they don't get those type of responses, or they don't get women that hate men, now you have these women that's caught up in this feminism ideology, and they really want a man, but they're just as frustrated because they can't get the man and they don't know how to act towards him. And I believe that's what Willow Smith is at. If Willow Smith was really uh, one of these type of females, she would easily just be like, fuck it, I just want to be with another woman. But it's obviously she wants to be with a man, and men don't approach her because of the feminist ideology she takes on. And that's what's happening to a lot of women. A lot of these women are taking on feminist ideologies, and at some point in time, they're going to want to be with a man. See, that's the thing. A lot of times as men, we don't know. Because we're the ones that's supposed to express it. As bad as we want women, women want us. Believe me when I say that. As bad as you see that girl and you be like, oh man, she has a nice ass, nice breasts, nice thighs, or whatever attracts you to that woman, uh, the same way she sees a man, whether it be muscles, whether it be the way you wear your clothes, whether it be the way you walk, the way you pronunciate, whether it be your bass in your voice, women find those things attractive, and you have to realize that. A lot of men don't realize that. See, that's a whole nother part of the game. I'm giving up so much part of the game. I hope y'all listening, because I'm giving up a lot of part of the game. Uh, Women are attracted to different things that you don't even know, bro. It could be your voice. It could be a lot of dudes here. Let's just get that. Most dudes think it's they muscles and that's how you get girls, right? Sometimes it could be the simplest thing is your tone of the voice, or the way that you walk, or the way that you handle and conduct yourself amongst other people. That is that is attractive traits. You feel me? So a lot of men need to take that into account, because a lot of y'all, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna lift all these weights, and I'm gonna get all these women, right? You go to the gym for 4 5 months, you come out and you're not attracting no women, and you wonder why. It's not because you're not attractive or women don't like you. It's because you put all your stock into one thing. Shout out to all my investors out there. If you know anything about investing, right? You want to diversify your portfolio, right? Any good investor will tell you that. Diversify your portfolio, right? You got to look at it as the same way with women, because you're going to invest in women, right? So if all you doing is focusing on muscles, I'm going to get muscles for women. Guess what? You're not going to get women, because you're not diversifying yourself, right? I'm one of those people. I'm not going to beat it into people's head, but I believe having game is the greatest weapon of all time. If you can know how to talk to women, that's the greatest thing of all time. But I understand that's not what everybody's intentions are, right? But I do believe that you should invest into learning how to talk to women. I believe that's so important, to learn how to be able to calm your nerves and talk to a woman. I believe that's so important, because so many dudes, the biggest problem with talking to women is not actually talking to women and starting a conversation. It's just getting over those nerves. You know, those nerves that come to you. Oh, am I good enough? oh man, she's gonna send me off. She's gonna embarrass me in front of everybody. Once you can calm those nerves, that's powerful. So I believe you need to invest in calming your nerves. That's an investment, right? That's why I say, like, the same way you would diversify your portfolio and invest in, hey, I'm gonna invest in some crypto, I'm gonna invest in some medicine, I'm gonna invest in some food markets. The same way you would invest in potential businesses is the same way you should invest in your love life. Okay, I'm not the best communicator. Let me invest in my clothing. Let me invest in the way I dress. Women like men that dress well. Keep that in hand. Okay. Women like men that what? Smell good. Smell good. Buy nice cologne. You feel me? It's so many different things you can do to help your chances of landing the right woman. Smelling good. Dressing nice. Talking good. You have to accumulate all of these different attributes. Think of it as a video game. In a video game, if you want to have the ultimate character, you have to have different attributes. You can't have one thing. If you think your ass just to go to the gym and I'm gonna get big muscles and that's gonna attract all the women, that's not gonna win anything, bro. Going to the gym and lifting and getting muscles, that's gonna frustrate you a little bit. I know a lot of dudes that do that. I know a lot of I got a lot of homies that done did that shit. You go to the gym, you got these big ass muscles, all the girls finna get you. No, bro, that's not how it goes. If you actually take time to learn how to have conversation and learn how to calm those nerves, that helps you out. Learn how to have a nice shirt on her, have a nice shirt, nice dress code, that helps. Have some nice cologne, that helps. All these things help. All these things, like I say, look at it as a businessman investing in business. The same way they tell you to diversify your portfolio when you invest in, diversify yourself when you dating. In the when you invest in world, you like, okay, I like crypto, I like medicine businesses, I like construction. Whatever you want to invest in, you put time into that, right? Same thing with your dating life. If you want to have the best woman you possibly can have, you have to take the time to invest in that in whatever way that is. And you know what type of woman you want. I'm just saying the type of woman I like, but you know the type of woman you want. If you want you a woman that's a book woman, a woman that reads a lot, you should learn. You should learn about different books. If you love a woman that loves how to cook, you should learn different recipes. I'm just saying all these things contribute to you getting the best type of woman for you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's your nigga Delvin. I'm just trying to give you motherfucking game, my nigga. That's all I'm trying to do. It's your nigga Delvin, man. Now, on to this topic. I'm finna leave this one alone. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Shout out to everybody that's been leaving comments. I appreciate all y'all, even the negative comments, my nigga. I ain't tripping on none of y'all. Let's move on to this next topic, right? I feel this one is very fascinating, right? So, a lot of people have been mad about this, right? And I feel like it's very funny, right? So, a man in, I believe it's in New Jersey, he had his girlfriend of, I think, 2 or 3 years, right? She proposed to him. A lot of people are mad about this. Tell me how y'all feel about this. I'm finna put up a poll. How do y'all feel about women proposing to men? Now, this is very interesting. I felt this one is very interesting. All right, I'm finna put this up here. All right, there we go. Let's start this poll right now because I felt this conversation very interesting on the internet, right? When I seen it, right? So it's a guy in New Jersey and his woman actually proposed to him, right? So a lot of people was like, fuck no. A woman should never propose. That's a man's job. While I do agree with that, I do agree with that premise, right? That it's best that a woman proposes. I actually do agree with that, right? Women should propose. I mean, men should propose to women, right? I do agree with that, right? But also, I do not see the problem in a woman proposing to a man. I really don't see the issue with that. Now, I would have to understand why so many people find issues with that. I that's the thing. I would have to find out why people find such a problem with women with a woman proposing to a man, right? Let's just really go into to that world, right? If a man is providing, if a man is, going out working hard, if a man is doing all the things necessary to sustain a lifestyle for him and that woman sees that, is she wrong for saying I would love to marry him? I don't see the wrong. I just don't see that. I'm afraid my kid comes out with autism. That's why I don't care for women. What he said. I'm afraid my kid comes out sick with autism. That's why I don't care for women. Kyle, my guy, Big Kyle, don't think like that, bro. Don't let certain things scare you out of talking to a woman, bro. Uh, you should listen to what I'm saying right now. Don't be scared to talk to a woman. Kyle, in these comments, what you saying, you feel like you gonna get a woman sick with autism. Don't even think like that. Why do you shouldn't even feel like that, bro. I'm just keeping it real. You shouldn't feel like that. You never know what God has planned for you when you talk to a woman. You don't know if your kid's gonna be autism. You don't know if that's you just don't know if that shit gonna be true or not like that. So I would just recommend that you don't even think like that. But what I'm saying is, uh, as a man, if you feel like if you doing everything right and you out here contributing, you out here working hard, and your girl comes to you and wants to marry you, first of all, that's cool as hell. I'm gonna just keep it real. This your nigga Delvin. I'm gonna keep it real every time. To me, it's cool as hell, right? While I do understand why people don't like this and why it's causing such an uproar on the internet, I also see the good and the bad in it, right? Okay, she could be a woman that proposes to a man, could be trying to rush things, could be trying to get to something that takes time. A lot of times when women, let me tell you something like this. I've had certain situations like this happen to me before where I'm in a good position and the woman I'm talking to kind of want to speed the situation up. Like, let's have kids and let's do this together, right? And I'm like, bitch, hold your horses, man. I got other shit going on. You feel me? Like, that comes with you being a nigga that's have an abundance mindset, and not even only just having an abundance mindset, you just being like an asshole. Like, I'm gonna just keep it real. I can be an asshole to a certain extent. I know I definitely can be an asshole, and that's actually a good contribution when you can be when you can have bitches coming to you and you feel like, fuck this bitch, I ain't even tripping, dog. And that shit has happened, dog. I'm telling you right now, bro. Sometimes I'm telling all the fellas out there, sometimes knowing your worth is the greatest shit on earth. Because when you don't know your worth, you will sell yourself out every time, right? And that's not what you want to do. A lot of times you do are rushing into situations because you feel like time is fleeting you, things are not going right. Fuck that. I'm very different on that shit. I feel like every time I do some shit, I'm doing it right. And that's actually a good thing because I once you realize, hey man, I'm in the game, I'm doing everything right, I'm playing this bitch, you start to figure this shit out, bro. You feel me? So, in my opinion, I have no problem with women trying to propose to men, but I still believe a man should propose to a woman because a lot of times these women could be trying to fool you and you don't even know it. I have been in these situations, brothers. I'm not talking from. I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm talking from real situations where. Let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna give all you niggas some real shit, and whenever y'all play this back, I know more people gonna check it out when we play this back. If you can have sex with a woman and you give her good sex, remember, fellas, have good sex. If you can have good sex with a woman, oh my god, having good sex with a woman is very important. But nonetheless, once you crack that code of fulfilling what a woman wants, she wants to lock you down. And see, this is the position that you want to be in. Whether it's through finances, whether it's through sex, whether it's through ability to talk to a woman, whether it's the ability of having confidence, bruh. However you get that woman is however you get that woman. But now the power becomes in you. Like, okay, if you want to have wife and kids, you want to do all the great things, that's cool. That's honorable. I appreciate everybody. That's what you want to do. But I'm just saying, if you're in a position of power, understand you're in a position of power. And that's what, for me, I don't give a fuck what you really do, but I just want all men to be in a position of power where we get to choose and dictate what we do with our lives. Because I feel like that's what men are supposed to do, right? So if you are able to talk to a woman and you're able to show her confidence and show her courageousness, yes, that's a good attribute. If you're able to talk to her and communicate to her through her feelings, that's an attribute. If you are able to fuck the living daylights out of her once you get to that position, that's a good attribute. So I'm telling you to have all those things in handy, right? Because those type of things make women fall in love with you and make you become a more desirable man, because women are starting to brag about you now. They like, oh man, you remember this guy? Oh man, he's such a great guy to me. Now she goes to her homegirl and tell her that. That's what you want, bro. It's almost like free promotion. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take that in mind, bro. You have to take that in mind. When you dealing with women, bro, uh, you want to have something on your side, and that's the main thing. When you dealing with women, you want to have something on your side. Um, Women proposing to men, I'm actually all for it. I'm actually all for it. I seen online a lot of people were mad at it, and I get why they mad at it, right? Because tradition says a man should be the first one to propose. I agree with that. I agree with, if you are so in love with a woman that you want to propose to her and start a life with her. I do agree with that. I 1000% agree with that. But I also understand if a man has the ability and a man is doing everything right, a woman is not even gonna waste time in waiting if a man gonna do a proposal. She's gonna jump in front of that and say, "Marry me." Even if she don't do it on hands and knees, like this picture of these two couples, this is like to the extreme where she actually went out of her way and set up. That lets you know I ain't mad at this nigga. You feel me? That lets me know this nigga is handling his business financially, in the bed, and emotionally. That lets me know he's hitting her on all cylinders and she don't want to let this nigga go ever. You feel me? I respect that. Right? And that's why I want all men to be. I want all the fellas out there to be to the point where you know how to communicate with a woman at the top level. You know how to understand women emotionally on the top level, and you have good sex with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Sex is very important with women. Nobody likes to admit this shit. Sex is very important. If you can lay that pipe down, so to get good pipe game, brothers, let me tell you something, man. I know I lay good pipe. To lay good pipe, bro, all you have to do, in my opinion, is cardio. Cardio is the most important thing you can do to having good sex. It's not lifting weights. Trust me, it's not lifting weights. Lifting weights, and I'm not mad at nobody to lift weights because you can do great things with lifting weights. Cardio is the best thing you can do for having long, enjoyable sex with a woman. Because if you build up your stamina so much, women are gonna appreciate that shit. I'm telling you, bro. Build up your stamina. Go to the gym and hit cardio. Cardio is everything, bro. Fuck lifting weights. Lifting weights is cool. I'm not against lifting weights because I lift more weights than I do cardio. So I want y'all to know that. Lifting weights is cool. But cardio, being able to last longer with women, that shit is like a gold mine. That shit is the greatest shit. You feel me? That's the type of shit that's gonna make a woman never want to leave you. Cardio. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Somebody else may tell you differently. I'm just saying from my experience, when I get my cardio up and I get with one of my chicks and I have sex with her, she does not want to stop fucking with me because my cardio is so good and I'm pleasuring her every fucking time. That's my opinion. I'm just dropping that jewel on you. You feel me? So have a great talk game, have a great emotional game, and have a great sex game that helps you. That helps you in your life with women, bro. That's my opinion, and I'm for sure that will help everybody's life. And just like I said, I have no problem with women proposing to men, especially when you put yourself up so high that women love and adore you. And I hope that on all men because, you know, it's one thing when women want you to provide for them, but it's another thing when women want you. And that's what I want for all the fellas out there. It's your nigga Delvin's Room. To the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out, my niggas. Check y'all on the next one.